everybody, so welcome to my video. So what's pizza got to do with risk management? Well, in this video, all will be revealed, and I want to show a fun and easy way to make your own risk management tool. And at the end of this video, you'll be able to make your own tool, whether it be for project management, for your own business, or whatever you want. So to help us do this, I want to do another thought experiment. And we're going to imagine we're opening up a pizzeria for the first time. We're going to call it Pizza Diavola. And we want to do a risk assessment to help us understand the risks that we could face when we're opening up a pizzeria and how we can reduce those risks. We're going to now start our risk assessment for our new pizzeria. So the first thing we're going to do, we'll get a pen and paper, we'll gather everyone we know around the table. And the first question we're going to ask ourselves is a simple question. What could go wrong? Just simple as that. What could go wrong? And you just start writing things down, what you could go wrong. And when you've exhausted everything that could go wrong, go on the internet, go on ChatGPT regarding pizzerias and get as many things that could go wrong as possible and just start writing them all down. Now in our thought experiment, we're going to choose one. And then what we're going to choose is a fire. Now in a pizzeria, a fire could happen, right? You've got hot ovens, you've got open flames, and so that's going to be our what could go wrong for our experiment, which is a potential risk of a fire. Once we've decided on what could go wrong with the first one, the next step is we need to ask ourselves the question, what's the chances it could happen? Now you don't have to get all sophisticated here with models and maths and so on. You can actually start with a simple criteria, a high chance, a medium chance and a low chance. Now in our example, since we haven't done anything yet related to protecting ourselves against a fire, we will say right now there's a high chance, and that's what we'll put into our model. Okay, so now we've got what could go wrong, a fire, and we got the chances of high. What next? Well, now we have to ask ourselves a fundamental question. What's the purpose of our pizzeria? It's to make money, right? And also, more importantly, delicious pizza. So now the next question we have to ask ourselves is, what's the impact on our goal? Our goal is to make a profit and make delicious pizza. So if we have a fire and we know the chances are high, what's going to be the effect on our business goal? It's going to be catastrophic, okay? Our pizzeria will burn down. We lose all our money and no one can have pizza. Okay, so now we've scared ourselves to death. We just got to open up a pizza, we're scared we're going to have a fire, the chances are high and it will destroy our business. So the next step that we need to do is ask a simple question, what can we do about it? What are the steps we could do to reduce this? Well, now in the case of a fire, it's obvious. In this case, we could say, okay, let's have smoke alarms, let's have fire extinguishers, let's train the staff, let's make sure we apply all the regulations. Maybe let's get somebody in who's a fire expert that can advise us on how to reduce our risks. And this would be the step of what could we do? What could we do to reduce the risks? So the next step now is imagine that we have a fire. What would happen if we couldn't stop it? What could we do to mitigate the effects? Well, in this case, what we could do is get fire insurance. This is called transferring the risk to a third party. The other things we could do is make sure that we have good fire exits, evacuation drills, so we can get everybody out of the building very safely if it occurs. And these are the steps we could make if a fire occurs to reduce the impact. I want to do one more example. So in this example, we're going to imagine what could go wrong is being overbooked. We have too many people and we can't sit them down and they're waiting outside. So in that case, what's the chances of that? Well, a brand new restaurant, I would say the chances are low. And then the next step, we ask ourselves, okay, what's the impact to our business? Well, honestly, at the very beginning, if we're fully booked and we're making our money, we could argue that the impact is low. Of course, we're maybe losing new customers or losing some money, but honestly, it's not going to have an immediate effect on us. So we'd also say that's low. So in that case, then, what would we do to reduce the risk? And in this case, we would do nothing. Nothing. We would decide to accept the risk. We wouldn't put any investment in place to manage the risk because we say, okay, it's a low impact, it's a low chance. We're going to accept the risk. But the important thing is we've documented it. We're aware of it. We can come back to it later and change it if we're starting to become successful. Now, this next step is the most important step. So imagine this. The worst thing happens 1 year later and your pizzeria has a fire. And then you go to your friend who was organizing the fire insurance and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. But we put it in the tracker. Yeah, but you didn't follow up with me and I forgot. So the most important next step is we need to track diligently, all the steps and actions, making sure we have an owner, a due date, and a regular follow-up, and make sure the follow-ups are before the due dates. Because this has to be a living document. The power, the real power of the risk management tool is in being a living document that's regularly updated. So it's really important that you track it, you have dates on it, you have owners who are really the people empowered to make the steps, maybe someone who's empowered to go and talk and get the insurance, whatever it may be. Can't emphasize enough, that's one of the most important steps that's often overlooked: regular follow-up and regular tracking of your risks. Okay, so this is the last part of the video. So in this video, I'm going to take a risk. And the risk is, if I get 10 likes on this video, only 10, but if I get 10 likes on this video, I will make a template in Excel for you on a risk management tool that you can then download and use. Now this is a positive risk, because if this risk becomes true, you get an Excel template. Because I got to make it, but you get an Excel template. So that's the end of the video. Now if you like these topics, if you're interested in these topics, why don't you subscribe? So until next time, again, thanks for watching.